What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the big day. Today we are working on putting the transmission back into the Cutlass. For today's video, there is a huge checklist. A lot of these are going to be taken care of as we're installing the transmission itself, but basically this is just making sure everything is set up the way we need it to be, making sure there's no leaks, so that way there's no trouble later on down the road, and then hopefully getting back to cruising this car around. So it's going to be a super long day. I'm very thankful to have Ed as part of the team today. So with that, I got tools, I got coffee. Today I got Ed. Let's go. All right, so first thing on the checklist, 1 quart of transmission fluid into the torque converter. So the transmission fluid I'm going to be using is B&M Original Trick Shift. This is recommended by the shop that built the transmission. So this is supposed to be pretty good stuff.
You have to pour that in slow, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ooh, and it's blue. That's interesting. I've never seen blue transmission fluid before.
I haven't. You're young, so I can't help you with that. I've seen all kind of colors. Blue, amber, red. Most of them have been red.
Well, yeah, I'm used to seeing red. Right, so that is 1 quart transmission fluid in the torque converter, done.
And do you have the belt? Okay, write this dimension down.
Okay. Ready?
0.8.
Yep.
33.
0.833.
0.833. And I'm going to give you one more, just a small dimension here.
Okay.
0.025.
Okay.
So subtract the 0.025 from the 0.38833, right?
Okay. All right, so next thing, the torque converter is installed in the transmission. Now what Ed and I are working on now is we're trying to figure out the measurements in between the front of the transmission and the bell housing, as well as the back of the engine and the flex plate. So basically there's a measurement, basically those two measurements are going to create a gap in between the torque converter and the flex plate, and that's something that we did not measure the first time around, which is why the transmission failed. So basically measurement A, or the distance between the bell housing and the torque converter mounting surface, that's measurement A. That distance needs to be greater than measurement B, which is from the back of the engine to the flex plate mounting surface. And basically what we're looking for is between 1/16 to a 3/16 gap in total. All right, so the measurements are done. Basically what we ended up with is we've got 0.172 gap. If we install everything correctly, install everything straight, we'll end up with a 0.172 gap. Just to be safe, what we're going to do is, so this is pretty close to 3/16 gap, which is right at our upper limit. So what we're going to do is we're going to add one of these 50 thousandths washers, and that way we'll be closer to more like 1/8 of an inch, which should be right in the middle of this spec here. So with that, we're going to throw this in the car. So, status update. Wow. It's kind of hard to see, but the transmission is in. The TV cable is adjusted. The throttle linkage is all set up. That's the TV cable there, all set up and locked down. Dipstick tube is in over here. Now let's take a look at the list. Basically, all of these are taken care of and installing the transmission. So that is going to be it for today. Unfortunately, not a lot of stuff to film because a lot of this stuff is underneath the car. It's sort of dark down there. I tried to get some good footage of Ed and I actually putting the transmission in. So about halfway through the day, my dad showed up. He was a huge help today. So big shout out to my dad. Now let's take a look and see what is left for the next time. So, like I said, the transmission is in. We've still got to put in the cross member. We've got to set up the, do the speedo cable and things like that. But tons of stuff done today. So the big tasks for next time: cross member, drive shaft, exhaust, and then it's basically checking everything, putting fluids in it, and starting her up. So the next couple days are going to be huge. I'm going to try to get up here a couple days this week, try to wrap this up, get it running by the weekend, or at least ready to run by the weekend. So that way we can tune everything, make sure everything works, run a pressure test on the transmission, make sure it's going to shift at the right times, and then get this car back on the road. But like I said, that's a wrap for today. So if you like this video or you like the series, please hit the like button down below. If you want to keep up with the build and keep up with the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And if there's anybody that you know that likes this stuff, likes cars, likes projects, things like that, please go ahead and share this video with them. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.